G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and it's great to be back. I have not been doing videos unfortunately lately, and I'm very sorry about that. The real life and real world and the challenges of real world are hitting me pretty hard, but I'm slowly getting through all that. Now, today's video, it's becoming about midwinter here in Melbourne. Actual feels very mild this winter, to be honest. It hasn't been too cold, I guess. Been some cold mornings, but it's been okay. So what I want to do is today's experiment, do an experiment this season regarding growing maple seeds. Now I've got a couple of things I want to try. I've got two trays here at the moment. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try one. This is just generic potting mix, and this is my bonsai soil mix. It's just pure bonsai soil. It's not the recycled stuff because I ran out of it last season. So what I'm going to do is do an experiment of, firstly, I've got Japanese maple seeds that I'll tell you about in a minute, but I want to experiment how does potting mix go versus how does my bonsai soil mix go, just to see what happens. It's just a bit of an experiment on my side. I want to see what gives me the best results. In the past, when I've done potting mix versus bonsai or recycled bonsai soil, the recycled bonsai soil was better than the potting mix, but we'll see how it goes this year. What I've got today is just some seeds that these seeds come from Canberra, from family in Canberra. Thank you Hong and Babe for that. These are from family members in Canberra. They have, when I visited there in over summer, they had a special tree, a couple of special trees in the yard that were grafted. One had the variegated white foliage, and the other one was a real dwarf green foliage, so I've called them green and white. So what I'm going to do is plant in this soil half green, half white, and half green, half white. So I've labelled the pots on each side of G and W, of course, and I'm going to try and give that a go. So it's pretty simple. I'll take the green ones. The green ones are at the front. Yep, green ones at the front. Have an imaginary line. Now these have just been sitting in these paper bags outside. I haven't done anything with them, haven't refrigerated them, done anything like that. I just left them outside under cover and they've been dry. So they're quite dry, which is good, and they should be ready for planting. So I'm just going to try and get half in my hand and just sprinkle around. Don't do anything special, just sprinkle them around. And I think that's about half, maybe. I'm not fussed about piling them in because, some seeds won't come, some seeds will. I don't go individually planting each one. It's a bit crazy. So I'll do it on this side as well. You guys can see, nothing really fancy, just sprinkle them, try and sprinkle them evenly over. Halfway through. So they pretty much cover half, right? That's done, okay? Now I'll do the white ones. I hope this works. These are dwarf varieties, so I'm not even sure it will work, but I'm going to give it a go. So you never know. There's just a beautiful small leaf too that I saw, and the variegated white one, looks stunning, and the actual very small. I wish I knew what it was. There was no name on them, but it is what it is, I guess. We'll just deal with it when it comes. If they come up, it'll be great. Great result. And we'll see how that all goes. So that's pretty much done. And then now what I do is put a layer of soil over these, bonsai soil and potting mix, and then I water them in, and then I actually cover it with shade cloth. Now, or plastic or whatever you've got. The reason I do that is birds, they just love digging through this stuff, and I'm going to stop them doing that. So I prefer to use shade cloth just because it lets all the elements in still. It gives it the cold, things like that. Much easier to water as well. I don't have to pull the plastic off all the time. So I'll just cover that with mesh. What do you call it? Yeah, garden mesh. They do coverings and shade cloth. Sorry. So just going to put a layer over the top. Just get potting mix with my hand and sprinkle it over. Nothing too fancy. It's pretty easy. I don't do too thick of a layer. I just keep it quite quite thin, just like hiding all the seeds. You can hear the birds going crazy now. I've got budgies, as you know. Budgies are, that's what we call them in Australia, and I think they're just parakeets, or parakeets overseas they call them. They've had a few babies, and it's expanding the family, so it's been good. It's been quite fun to have, and they're quite friendly and playful, and they do come to me and sit on my fingers and stuff like that, which is good. But they're very noisy still. So anyway, there's the first layer. Just cover it lightly. Done. Get our bonsai mix. Now this is Japanese maple. I'm going to try the same experiment with tridents, and I'll do that one in a minute as well, so you can see the process. It will be the same process. And I'm going to have I'm going to do 3 lots of each. So I've got 6 trays that I want to fill. I've got 6 trays I want to fill. I just want to actually see, control if they all behave the same. One behaves differently to others. I want to really figure out having 3 different ones, or having 3 different trays, and maybe a different light, etc. Would they all perform the same? If I get the same result for everything, great. It's pretty much the same. So anyway, that's it. I'll water them in, and we're done. And I'll come back and show you the tridents in a minute. Alright, and as I promised, another 2 trays. These ones are my bonsai mix versus potting mix, and I'm going to do trident maples. I'm going to do 3 of each, just to see if I actually get the same result. There's no difference or anything like that. So I'm hoping, having 3 different test samples will give you a better accurate reading. So that's the plan. I have tons and tons of trident maple seeds this year, just too much. And just got to pull my sleeves up for this. So it's just, I'll just show you, this is just only a tiny bit. It's all falling everywhere, but look at that. Lots of seeds, see that? And I just pretty much do this, just smash it everywhere. Because I've got so much of it, if they come up, they come up. If they don't, they don't. You don't have to give them too much spacing. Tridents are going to grow like weeds, really. I've never had any issues with trident maples growing, but I really want to give this experiment a try. Because I know they're very strong and resilient, I'm going to go, really crazy on them, and you're going to get interesting results. So you just see, I'm piling them in. Don't be fussy about putting one, just pile them in. I've still got a whole box full. This is just a bag. I've got a whole nother box. Actually, this bag's done really well. It's kind of taken all the moisture out of it, which is good. These just collect in autumn when they're ready to almost fall off, and you just pile them in now, keep them for winter. You can see I'm putting them almost pretty much just cover the whole base. So I'm going to have a few more trays, but just get them in. Spread them out. That's that bag done. Spread them out nice and even. You can actually see the seeds. They're quite. If you haven't seen maple seeds, they're almost like wings, and the 2 seeds on the 2 seed pods are just there on each wing. Pretty cool. And if you get both growing, even better. So piled in, cover them with soil. Same process. I'm going to water this in, and then I'm going to cover it with shade cloth, protect it from the birds. That's pretty much what you just need to do for me anyway. Maybe if you don't have that many birds in your area, you can get away with not covering it, but for me, they are relentless, and they'll just dig all these up looking for worms. Not looking for the seed, it's actually looking for the worms, because they see fresh soil and they love to do. Just when they see the nice moss, they always dig it up, don't they? Same problem. I'm going to put a nice shower spray over that, nice and light. pretty much that's it, guys. So I'm going to do another 2 of each of these, and I won't show that, it's just the same. And let's check back in spring, mid-spring I guess, mid to late spring, and let's see what the results look like. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed that video, and give it a try. Maples are very easy to grow from seed. Tridents are especially easy. Japanese, a little bit harder. Pretty much I get 95% strike rate. I couldn't even tell you, it's really too much to even deal with. There's that much trident maples come up. Japanese maples, you know, they're pretty good too, but I find they don't strike as quick, as strongly as trident. And because the Japanese maples are a slightly different variety, or what do you call it? Probably it comes from a grafted variety. Probably a little bit harder, so we'll see what the results look like. But it's good to have the 2 experiments, and I'll let you know how it goes. So anyway guys, hope I'll be back doing more videos later soon, because winter's coming. I've got a lot of winters here. So we're going to come out of winter soon, and I'm going to do a lot of repotting to do, and looking at different trees and pots, etc. So hopefully I'll be able to do some more videos. And thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking with me. Again, great to be back. I'll see you guys soon.